Have you ever noticed how a cat can disappear? Not by running away, but by simply stepping into shadow. One moment they are there, solid, warm, real. The next they are gone. Not behind the couch. Not under the bed. Just absent. Tonight we explore a theory older than language itself. A possibility whispered across cultures and centuries. What if cats don't just move through shadows? What if shadows are doors? Cats do strange things at night. They sit motionless, staring at corners with no movement. They track something invisible across the ceiling. They pause at doorways, half in light, half in darkness, as if deciding whether to cross. Most people laugh this off. Cats are weird, they say. But what if that explanation is too small? Because cats don't behave like animals unsure of the dark. They behave like beings who understand it. Humans think of shadows as absence, a lack of light. But in physics, a shadow is a boundary. A transition zone where light ends and something else begins. Ancient cultures believed boundaries were dangerous and powerful. Doorways, mirrors, dusk, midnight, places where one state becomes another. Cats are always found there, never fully in the light, never fully gone. Cats have lived beside humans for thousands of years, long enough to watch us forget things. They watched us build walls, invent clocks, name everything, and then forget how to listen. In ancient civilizations, cats were never just pets. They were guardians, watchers, keepers of thresholds, not because they protected houses, but because they protected passage. Light is loud. It reveals too much too quickly. It anchors things to certainty. Shadows are quiet. They blur edges. They soften reality. They make space for transition. Cats evolved not just to see in low light, but to exist comfortably where certainty fades. Have you noticed how a cat's eyes don't reflect fear in darkness? Only attention. Watch closely the next time your cat enters a dark room. They stop, not because they're afraid, but because they're aligning. Their body stills. Their tail slows. Their eyes adjust, as if they're waiting for something to open. Then they step forward. And sometimes they're simply gone longer than makes sense. Imagine reality not as one solid world, but as layers. Thin layers, pressed close together. Most beings are locked into one layer. The loudest one, the brightest one. But some creatures evolved to slip sideways. Not forward, not backward. Between. Cats don't tear holes in reality. They don't vanish in flashes of light. They slide through the quiet seams we call shadows. Humans lost the ability long ago. We rely on light to feel safe. We fill silence with noise. We rush through thresholds without noticing them. Cats do the opposite. They slow down. They listen. They wait for alignment. To follow a cat into shadow, you would need to do something rare. Nothing. Cats always come back. That's the most unsettling part. They return calm, unrushed, as if nothing unusual happened. Sometimes they sleep immediately. Sometimes they watch you quietly, as if checking whether you changed, as if wondering whether you noticed the gap while they were gone. When a cat meows at night, it's not asking for food, not boredom, not loneliness. It's expression, a signal flare sent across layers, not meant to be answered, only acknowledged. You don't need to understand the language for it to work. Many people report something strange after sitting quietly with a cat at night, after listening instead of interrupting. They feel calmer, grounded, reset, as if something inside them realigned. Maybe because for a moment, you stood near a doorway without rushing through. Cats are not asking you to follow them. They know you can't. They are inviting you to remember what it feels like to exist without constant noise, to sit in half-light, to be okay with not knowing, to trust stillness. So the next time your cat pauses in a shadow, don't call them, don't turn on the light. Sit still, because whether or not cats truly walk between dimensions, they clearly know something we forgot. And sometimes, they stay just long enough to remind us.
If you love this cat myth story, share and subscribe for more cat myths.